Welcome back. Raphael Hoy's defense lawyer stressed in his corruption trial today that the former Secretary for Administration did not abuse his powers while in office. The lawyer also called on the jury not to make ethical judgments about Hoy. Liz Yoon reports.
Representing the former Chief Secretary for Administration, Barrister Edwin Choi began his closing statement today. Choi said Hoy lived an unaffordable lifestyle and that he had lied to the public and evaded taxes. He said that amounted to moral failure on Hoy's behalf. But Choi insisted that did not constitute abuse of office or misconduct in public office when Hoy headed the Mandatory Provident Fund Schemes Authority and later served as Chief Secretary for Administration and an executive counselor. Choi called the prosecution's assumption that a civil servant who is short of money would take bribes no short of the most insulting attack on our officials. The barrister also said defendants Raymond and Thomas Kwok had hired Hoy as a consultant to seek insightful, concise, simple and quick analysis of macroeconomics and international politics. Choi refuted the prosecution's claim that Hoy's service might not be worth $15 million a year, saying it's difficult to quantify Hoy's experience and expertise. Following counsel Edwin Choi, Thomas Kwok's legal representative Claire Montgomery will deliver her closing statement when the hearing continues next Monday. Liz Yun, TVB News.
Former Secretary for Development Mac Chai Kwong and former Assistant Highways Director Tsung King Man have failed to overturn their convictions for taking part in a rent allowance scam. The two men were each given an 8-month jail term, suspended for 2 years. The Court of Appeal dismissed their appeal. Regarding Mac and Tsung's pensions, the Civil Service Bureau had said it would wait for the result of the appeal before taking action.
Derek Chan of the League of Social Democrats has been found guilty of common assault for throwing an egg at Financial Secretary John Jung at a forum last December. The court heard the defendant threw 2 eggs during the forum in North Point. One of them hit Jung. Eastern Court Magistrate So Wai-tak said the defendant was clearly dissatisfied with government policies. The magistrate also pointed out the eggs could inflict injury. Chan will be sentenced on the 28th of this month.
In a sign of progress in the fight against Ebola, the president of Liberia has lifted her country's state of emergency. But the group, Doctors Without Borders, is taking no chances. It plans to launch Ebola vaccine trials in West Africa as early as next month.
Ebola had hit Liberia harder than Guinea or Sierra Leone. Despite progress with sustaining and fighting the virus, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf told residents to remain vigilant.
We also know that Liberia cannot be declared Ebola-free until our neighbors are also Ebola-free. This means that we cannot let down our guard.
To date, Ebola has killed more than 5,000 people. This is why Doctors Without Borders believes finding a cure can no longer wait. It's decided to accelerate clinical trials of an Ebola vaccine in December in 3 treatment centers. The United Nations said that come January, proven vaccines should start being put to good use.
I think the situation with regard to anti-Ebola vaccines is promising. There are phase 1 trials underway of 2 candidate vaccines, and provided these go well and the subsequent trials are successful, I am told there will be doses of vaccine available next year.
Even if the Ebola outbreak has turned a corner, the UN is still requesting help from the international community, saying West Africa needs all the help it can get.
The risks posed by Ebola are too great to do anything less than everything possible. It is the United Nations' intention to do everything we can to bring the crisis to an end as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, a surgeon working in Sierra Leone has contracted the virus and will be flown to America for treatment. Dr. Martin Salia will be cared for at Nebraska Medical Center in Omaha. He's a Sierra Leone citizen and permanent U.S. resident. Dr. Salia will become the 10th person to be treated in the United States for Ebola.
A shadow was cast literally across Europe's historic mission to explore a comet. Scientists say the landing craft touched down near a cliff that's blocking sunlight from its solar panels. But the good news is the lander Philae is gathering reams of data. This includes the first pictures taken from the surface of a comet. The bad news is without sunlight, its lifespan will be cut shorter. With just a day or two left before its batteries run out, scientists may attempt acrobatic maneuvers to move Philae into the sun. Experts are still hopeful the project will help them better understand comets and other celestial objects, as well as answer questions about the origins of life on Earth. All right, Chris, I understand you have more NBA action for us today.
I do, and so far it's been a wild start to the NBA season. A day after the Portland Trail Blazers scored 84 points in one half, the Dallas Mavericks beat the Philadelphia 76ers by 53 points. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies came back to stun the Sacramento Kings, and Jamison Wong has more.